What is going on, everybody? Welcome back into the Sports Headline Show. I'm your host, Sean Davis. We have a fun show on the books for you guys today. We are going to react to night one of the NFL draft and make our selections for the biggest winners and losers from night one, and also talk a little bit about what some things you might expect to see here from night two. Joining me is my guy, Warren Bruner. Warren, what's going on, bro? How you doing?
We're doing good things here, brother. We're doing great things here. We're going to go over night one of the draft, brother. It's not funny to you because you don't know who Sketch is. You're out the loop.
I apologize. So anybody in the comment section, let me know who Sketch is.
Sean's becoming a boomer.
Before we continue, guys, make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe. Something you weren't able to do back in the boomer ages. You weren't able to smash the like button, so do it. Smash the like button for me. Let's get into this. We're going to dive into our biggest winners and losers. We both have a couple of teams each. Warren, let's start off with you. Who is your first biggest winner?
We're just gonna get the losers. We're just gonna get the obvious one out the way. The obvious one out the way. The Atlanta Falcons. You draft Penix. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. He's gonna start when he's Geno Smith's age. Think about that. He's gonna start when he's Geno Smith's age. He's gonna be like, how old is he? Like 20,
28, 27. I think when he can finally start.
I don't know, what's his age now? 25?
24, I think. That sounds right.
He's 23. So he's not gonna start. I think their plan is like to recreate Patrick Mahomes. Sit 2 years, and I don't know.
Really freaking bad plan.
Hey, you pay Kirk Cousins all this money. Do you go out there with the 8th pick and not help the guy win? Year one. It was reports out there that Kirk Cousins was mad. Obviously, no heads up, nothing. Yeah. Atlanta Falcons lose by F grade.
I mean, especially when the whole reason you got Kirk Cousins was so that you can contend right now, and this team kind of said, "Nah, we good. We're not gonna."
Byron Murphy, any D line help would have helped them. The cornerbacks were good this year.
Latu, Byron Murphy, Dallas Turner, the corners. Actually, the corners are actually probably fine. I
mean, even if you wanted to double dip in the wide receiver, like who they traded for someone. Who they trade for? I got the wide receiver's name. They traded for wide receiver. They could have got Rome Odunze. Like, yeah. Are you kidding me? You're not going to help Kirk Cousins win? Yeah, that was a good trade back opportunity too. Cause you telling me no one's going to call about Bo Nix or
they traded for Rondale Moore. That's what it was.
Yeah, you telling me no one's going to call about Bo Nix or Penix themselves? It was a perfect trade spot to get more capital.
Yeah. All right, so loser number one for me, personally, I'm going to go with the Washington Commanders, right? And look, this is more just, I'm glad I had that pre-saved. More just like my preference, right? I thought that, and Kingsbury is the offensive coordinator, right? I get it, okay? But we're acting like Drake May didn't play in an air raid system in North Carolina, right? Like Drake May, I just thought legitimately was the second best quarterback in this draft class, and in any other draft class would have been the number one overall pick, but except you have the arguably one of the greatest quarterback prospects, one of them, not the, obviously. There's a few more recently, like Burrow, Trevor Lawrence, there's a few others. I just thought they made the right choice. I mean, wrong choice. And, Jaden Daniels definitely can turn it around. Not even turn it around, but turn into a stud. But I think the physical tools, the accuracy that you see from Drake May, I just thought he was the second best player that could have fit into any scheme. And honestly, kind of reminds me a lot of a guy like a Trevor Lawrence. So I don't know. It's frustrating for me with Washington, where I thought they just took the wrong QB, and maybe Jaden Daniels proved me wrong.
By the way, I don't agree with this. I don't know.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, this is Sean's preference right here. I love the pick. I think he has the potential to be a dual threat quarterback in a new era of NFL. Maybe
Murray to him.
Maybe May's more pro ready. I hate that word, more pro ready than any other quarterback, but I wouldn't say that. Caleb Williams is pretty good.
Caleb Williams is really good.
Yeah, he's pretty good. But I like the pick. I just think he fits more.
All right, let's get into our first winners of the NFL Night 1 draft, if you will. First round draft. Sheesh, that was terrible wording. Warren, where are we going with here for your first winner?
A surprise winner for me is the Giants. They get Malik Neighbors. I think he's arguably, you can argue he's the first wide receiver in the draft. Some would say he's the first. If he had Marvin Harrison tight, he's number one. There's no question. But I like the speed. I like his aggressiveness off the line. He's explosive. People say he reminds you of Jamar Chase, just faster. Who wouldn't want to throw to Jamar Chase? Everybody wants to throw to Jamar Chase. So and I'm not just saying that because he's from LSU. I think there's comparisons there, to be honest. So I think Daniel Jones has had so many shots. This is his last chance to prove he can do it with another wide receiver. It's a win for Daniel Jones and it's a win for the Giants.
I think he is an incredible wide receiver prospect. I think his athletic tools are off the charts. And as a Chargers fan, it's the irony in seeing him go the very next pick is kind of frustrating. Now, I wanted a weapon, right? But as a Chargers fan, if we didn't take Malik Neighbors, so help me God, if we had taken J.C. Latham, I would have lost it. But we took Joe Alt, so we were able.
J.T. Latham is trash.
Yeah, I would not have been a fan of that pick, especially if we had stuck and picked around at 5 and took J.C. Latham. I would have lost it or traded Herbert, God forbid. Next pick for me, my first winner, if you will. I love the aggressiveness from this team. I'm going to go with the Minnesota Vikings. For me, they get their guy J.J. McCarthy. We've known it all along, right?
Without trading up for him.
No, they still traded up, but they didn't trade up nearly as much as they should.
Oh yeah, they traded one pick. Is that really a trade up? I don't know.
All right, they were at 11. Yep, they trade up one spot with the Jets. They get their guy, and then they later on in the draft see, the run on defensive players is about to be upon us, and they take arguably best edge rusher in this draft class, arguably, for sure within the top 3 is between him, Latu, and Verse. In my opinion, at least.
His only knock is he's too small. Can't set the edge on a run.
Yeah. But in terms of pure just athleticism, his ability his bend to get around the edge, I think is really, really impressive. Like Warren mentioned, doesn't really have good, run discipline, if you will. But
he just doesn't have good measurables.
Yeah, but ran a 4.46. Has the ability to drop into coverage as well. Not a bad tackler necessarily, like Warren said, he's just small. But really, really, really good athlete, and he's a freak, man. And I love the aggressiveness. And Warren, we talk about situations for a rookie quarterback a lot, right? What J.J. McCarthy is going into now is one of the, honest to God, best situations in football. 2 stud tackles and Darisaw and Brian O'Neill. Weapons galore. Best wide receiver in football, Jordan Addison, and then Jordan Addison's not the best receiver in football. The best receiver in football, I'm referring to Chester Jefferson, if you did not know. And then you have
future Bengal.
Hey, Jordan Addison, TJ Hawkinson coming off of injury. You got Aaron. They just brought in Aaron Jones, and you have one of the better play callers in all football too, Warren. That is a really good starting point for a rookie quarterback. And I think JJ McCarthy, we crap on him a lot. I think he does get crapped on in the media and things like that. But JJ McCarthy, man, he's a clean dude. I think he has the arm talent, the accuracy at times on those deep passes. It isn't always there, but I'm a fan of this pick. I'm a fan of the Vikings first round draft overall, and I think now we can address the defense a little bit more even for the Vikings here on day 2. Maybe get a third receiver in this wide receiver room as well. But I like the draft for the Vikings. Warren, where are we going with for your second loser?
Raiders. You draft Michael Mayer, who was your tight end 1 last year as a rookie, and you don't give him a real chance in the offense. I think he had like 300 receiving yards, and then you go out and get Brock Bowers. It's not clicking. It's not clicking for me with the Raiders. They just always draft bad, and they always take our guys. They always take the Bengals guys. Like, what are we doing? They're just drafting people. They're just drafting people to draft people at this point. They could have drafted a wide receiver. Why not a wide receiver or a quarterback? Like, yeah, what are we doing?
Warren is texting us in our group chat.
Like, I say quarterback. My bad. Hold on. My bad. Sorry, not quarterback.
No, you're good. Warren's texting us in our group chat, or show group chat, if you will. And it's like, man, Brock Bowers would be so awesome right here if he was able to fall to us. Mm-hmm. Raiders take Brock Bowers. All right, immediately shifts to Byron Murphy. You guys have the opportunity. 3 picks later. Now it's shift Jared Verse. Don't even care. Let's double dip or whatever, figure it out.
I wanted Jared Verse. I wanted Jared Verse over all those guys. Jared Verse is going to be, we're going to run this back right here. Jared Verse is going to be a 15 sack per year guy. I'm telling you right now. He's going to be so good.
Bold take right there by Warren Bruner, but that's what we're here for. And next up, let's get into it.
My bad. Could you picture Jared Verse with Aaron Donald if he didn't retire?
Oh my God.
Let's move. Jared Verse is his get off the edge is probably the best in the class.
Yeah.
Super explosive. He's the most scary edge rusher in his class by far, in my opinion.
All right. My next loser is going to be the Dallas Cowboys. I thought them drafting Tyler Guyan was a big overdraft or a reach, in my opinion, rather. I don't know why I said overdraft. I mean, I just don't like his technique as a pass protector, Warren. I think that he definitely leaves something to be desired there. He's just not that great, honestly, where I think you look at the way the board was shaping out here. The Cowboys picked at 29. Like, I mean, part of me does want to give him some benefit of the doubt too. Like, okay, it's Dallas. Dallas does develop tackle as well. So if he does turn out to be something, I would understand it. But I just think they missed, honestly, right? Where Brandon Cooks didn't really do anything for you last season. Do you consider going weapon there for Dak? I mean, because what you're doing is essentially, and I guess left tackle is position-y, because look at the depth chart, Warren. Tyler Guyan's probably going to come in and start for them day one. So, I don't know. I just don't think Tyler Guyan.
Yeah, if you're a Cowboy fan, that's scary, I would say.
So as a former offensive lineman, what are your thoughts on Tyler Guyan? I'm curious.
I just don't. I think he's the worst out of the first round O-line guys. I think he's the worst first round guy you could take in the first. I just don't think he's a good player, to be honest. He looks, and I don't want to. He's gonna no Diddy. He just doesn't have the ASS. He doesn't have it. He just. I don't know how to explain. He doesn't. I don't know. He just he's average in the pass game. He's average in run game. Like he's not.
That's a wild thing to say. He doesn't have enough. He doesn't have enough.
He doesn't have it. He doesn't have
enough guy to be able to
go look at Joe Alt and then go look at Guyton. It's when they're in their 3-point stands, it's not even close.
Oh my God!
I don't care. I'm gonna say it.
He is. Go look at another man, and then come back.
I'm telling you, Guyton's not gonna be good. And if Guyton's good, I will go back and watch him and eat my words.
That is a insane thing to say. Warren, who is your final winner?
Probably the biggest winner. It seems like they always win. They just pull money out of the air. The Eagles, and they were talking about trading up for.
I accidentally spoiled it. Yeah,
they were talking about trading up for one of these top corners, and then the run on quarterbacks went, and then the run on offensive line went. The Eagles over there. The Eagles are over there doing this, Sean. Just doing this, just rubbing their hands together, and then they get one of the probably the best or second best cornerback in the draft. I'm saying probably behind the Alabama cornerback. What's his name?
Terran Arnold.
Yeah, they get Yeah, they get the guy. They get the guy out of Toledo. I like the pick. They didn't trade up. They stayed pat. They get their guy. The board fell correctly for the Eagles once again, and the Eagles just continue to win, and hopefully they can get the locker room situated and actually win on the field.
Some shade potentially thrown at the Eagles.
Hey, I think they have a pretty good backup. I wouldn't have been surprised. I would not be surprised if they traded for Jackson Powers Johnson tonight.
No, Eagles, stay away.
I like Jackson Powers Johnson a lot.
I do too, and I actually want the Chargers to stick and pick now at 37. Where at first I was like, you could probably just trade back and get some more assets, but now I'm kind of the mindset of, dog, there's so much talent there now because of the run on.
Yeah.
Eagles
already drafted their successor to Kelsey, but knowing the Eagles, they're probably just going to draft skill player, best player available.
Yeah.
Whoever best.
My last winner. Don't get mad at me, Warren. Interdivision rival for you. I'm going to go the Ravens. I thought, and I texted this in our group chat, Nate Wiggins to the Ravens is so fun. Now, there is a world where, going back to my favorite saying, there is a world where, or wait, is it there's a world or there's a scenario? Which one? I forget.
There's a world
where Nate Wiggins does not pan out, right? And he is kind of like the Caleb Farley, which is a pro comp that he does get a lot because of the injury concerns and stuff like that. But hold
on. Doctor Strange, is that his name? For Avengers?
Yeah.
There's multiple worlds where he doesn't pan out. He's 6'1", 173. You think he's gonna lock down T Higgins, Jamar Chase, Amari Cooper? No, he's not.
Okay. Look, man, freak athlete. His coverage skills are impeccable, right? He ran a 4.28 40 time. His zone technique, his zone, like just how like his zone IQ works, right, is really, really fun to watch. And I think he put him in this system, that defense. I know, what's his name? I know you did lose your defensive coordinator, right? And the name for some reason is escaping me at the moment.
I got you. Just keep talking.
Yeah, thanks. W co-host, right? But I thought I really just love this tape. And I go back to the Caleb Farley comparison where in that draft class, I fully evaluated that draft class. And I loved Caleb Farley, but the big thing was the injury concerns. And I honestly think if there were any injury concerns with Nate Wiggins, we would be talking about him as a top 20-ish player. Now, bad tackler, which could be a problem. Freak athlete, really good cover corner. Not elite ball skills, but I think that's something you could work on.
Big Mike McDonald.
Mike McDonald, I knew that. All right, Warren, any particular move you want to see on night 2?
Bengals trade up to get Jerzon Newton. The Bengals don't trade up unless they win a trade. If let's say Newton, the board is very, very nice right now, early in the second round.
It's very pretty, and the Bills would take a receiver, like that's happening.
If Newton falls to 10 or 12, 10 through 12, one of those picks, the Bengals better be on the phones. We have 2 third-rounders this year. Trade your second, trade your third, and give them a 6th. That will move you up from how many spots? 6 spots?
Where are you at?
8 spots. We're at 18 in the second.
Oh, screw yourself. No.
Yeah, we have 2/3 in. Yeah, give them a third, give them a 6th or 5th, and we're up.
The board is looking really nicely right now for my Chargers. So, like I said, you're sitting at 5 expected players. So, like I said, a wide receiver is going first.
Hey, they trade out. They're probably going to trade out.
If the Bills trade out this again. Are you talking about the Bills or Chargers?
The Bills.
Out. Okay. You got Adonai Mitchell, Ladd McConkey, Jalen Polk, Troy Franklin, Roman Wilson. Those are some of the bigger guys here at the beginning. You have like Troy Franklin and Keon Coleman and stuff like that. I think
Jermaine Burton's going to be a dog.
Jermaine Burton's another guy that could go day 2. But then outside of that, you got Jair Colson, probably the top linebacker in this draft class. Cooper DeJean, he would presumably go really early on in the second round. Actually, a lot of people thought he was going to go to the first round, and maybe it is a bit surprising that Cooper DeJean is falling this much. You got Jerzon Newton, who we just talked about, Khalid McKinstry, I already talked about some of the receivers. You got Kamari Lassiter from Georgia, Chris Jenkins from Michigan, another fun player from Michigan. You got Cole Bishop, Javon Bullard, if you want to go safety route. Jackson Powers Johnson, that we already talked about a ton. For me, with the Chargers, it's actually kind of interesting. Yeah, Mike Sanders still too. I forgot to talk about. If I'm the Chargers here, I probably want a receiver, especially like Adonai Mitchell or McConkey's there. I'm taking one of those two personally. If those two are both somehow happen to be gone,
Keon
Coleman.
Keon Coleman.
No, I was gonna say that at that point, honestly, and this might be a hot take. We're talking about Cooper DeJean being there, probably. Jerson Noon probably being there. McKinstry, like I would probably just take care of one of your other holes, and do it that way at 37. So like I'm looking at Jerson Noon.
No,
personally,
you're not taking my guy.
Well, you're not taking. It's happening, bud. Just embrace it. Embrace it. Jerson Noon will be in a Chargers uniform after tonight, bud. All right. Do you
Bro, I was so scared the Ravens were going to take him.
Oh, the Ravens?
Yeah. I was so scared. I'm glad he took it. I'm glad whoever Wiggins that they won T. Higgins so bad they drafted the off-brand version of him.
They won T. Higgins so bad they took the off-brand version. That's
Nate
insane.
Wiggins.
All right, everybody. Thank you guys so much for tuning in here to the Sports Outline Show. We got some fun content. We're going to have way more NFL content next season. Some draft stuff next year.
Ooh. Ooh.
All right.
Ooh.
Gonna be some fun time. But we got some NBA playoff content on the way. Mock Draft City is back. We have a mock draft out on Monday for you guys. Also, a special guest on the mock draft. Not Monday's one, but the following one. So make sure you guys stick around here on the channel. Make sure you guys do hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. You guys can follow me on X at Sean_DAVI. Follow Warren on Twitter as well. I'll put both of our Twitter handles in the comments down below. Warren, anything else before we get out of here, bro?
Who they?
Bolt up. See you guys next time.